The Walk Away, Part 2. Par went down below in comments. She sent a huge pile of bills for the girls from January, most of which are extracurriculars they never did before the breakup, and I wasn't asked about whether they should do. I told her I was happy to pay the percentage of bills based on our daycare health income split percent that was determined in the temp settlement and could get her the check right away. Plus, I'd be more than happy to make this a formal change in our child support agreement going forward. I pay a set amount with health and daycare as additional costs based on income levels. I offered to let her attorney and mine know she wanted a new agreement based on her bill payment request, and I would be honored to send them PDF copies of the bills along with her request for payment. She tried to call immediately and I didn't answer. Bet she's trying to figure out what I'm saying. I had a good day. A longtime female friend, smart as a tack and tough as nails, took me to lunch. She gave me a lot of good listening time, advice, and just plain friendship and hugs. So many friends say such nice things. This lady was great. Her was like, yeah, you were awful. All you did was take your wife on 2 to 3 vacations a year. Bought a dream house, fixing yours, don't drink, treated her great. Super kids, respected by your colleagues, great friends, always treated your wife nice at any function I saw you at. I feel like it takes 10 friends to knock down one tiny thing my ex said, but having a mom and wife of 20 years cross-examine me and start laughing at most of the stuff was an eye-opener. This lady is the friend we all wish we had. Smart, tough, loving, great mom, great wife. Everyone likes her even though she has a lot of personality. Most of my close friends are male, and having a female that knows us both helped a lot. I have so many great real-life friends that have done so much. Days later, I had a pretty good day. Honestly, I'm ashamed I lost my voice a couple of times, but not bad. Wife never would respond to my offer to cease child support payments in lieu of her request for me to also pay a bunch of bills. Okay, let me say this, not smart sometimes. I loved her, but sometimes I was shocked at little weird lapses in common sense. Get a call about insurance. She bought a new vehicle and is all over me to sign title on the one she's keeping. My longtime insurer is calling, pressuring me to sign all this new paperwork because now that the divorce is going, they have to untangle a bunch of things. My response: I'm happy to sign the titles. I won't sign the insurance stuff. They literally can't believe me. I say, why should I? She stiffed me about $1,000 last November not paying my insurance and plates, but paid these 2 out of our accounts right before jetting. Plus she had a bunch of work done on her vehicle I paid for. I found out in December and had to pay it all. They didn't know that, so I say she owes me money. Period. No way I'm signing off. I want the rebates and the plate rebates. Half. End of story. They say it isn't their problem. I agree and tell them goodbye. My phone rings 15 times in next 5 minutes. STBX calling every 20 seconds. No message. I never returned her calls from last night either. 30 minutes later, she starts calling again. I'm still busy. I text her that I'm busy for 4 hours yet. Had to be where she works, so I spoke to her in person. It was worth the price of admission. Fury is now funny to watch. I don't care. I told her this is it. No more. I'm done. It's a business deal. I've tried to be nice, reasonable, and fair, but it's a two-way street. Besides, no response on mediation. She offers up mediation won't work for her. I said, no problem. Thanks for never telling me. I told her I wanted to be divorced this year, but 2 years later is fine with me. The attorneys will love it more, but so what? She is looking at me like she can't believe it. She says, why would we be married 2 to 3 years from now? I said if she wants the attorneys and courts to handle it. I'm going through her stuff with a fine-tooth comb. I'm in no rush. I mentioned 2 to 3 people she knows that went over 3 years with less stuff to sort out. I got to be honest, her look was priceless. She just left from getting the kids and I got a check plus a letter with a bunch of clarifications. Answers to recent issues she wouldn't address. I'm not trying to talk to her. These are things that have to be done. Kid time issues, house items. And she blames her lawyer for not understanding child support and trying to get support and bill payments. Yeah, right. Also got a lot more hate for my attorney from her. Maybe I should keep him, though I hate him too. Best thing was she was rattling on about something because she was nervous, and I looked at the clock. It was 5 minutes before the time she was supposed to be here tonight, and we'd been doing stuff for 5 minutes. She said her clock must have been fast. No problem, I said. iPhone are noted for that, and it's just one more thing to document for her breaches of our temporary agreement along with child support and some other items. She said I was kidding. I assured her I wasn't. I'm finding an honest but cruel streak. Feels good, and I know it's bad to feel good about it, but I like it anyway. I'm signing because at least informally we agreed to the vehicle swap. It may change, but I'm happy for her if her mom buys her something new. I'm sure I'll see an $800 per month payment next week when Discovery hits. I traded off my vehicle with a payment to get close to hers in value. I wanted to go liquid. I notice in a new email she pulled same trick. Answered. Responded to half the things we need to solve. Tomorrow, I say all or none. I can live with it either way if she can. Family member of hers calls me. Some family members are concerned she's on drugs because of mannerisms, sleep and weight loss. Where were they 3 months ago? Friend of mother-in-law says she is telling everyone that she now gets to see her grandkids every day. Rich, she wouldn't even take them when we offered before because she was too busy. Mother-in-law is taking credit for convincing wife to get rid of me. Wife is up to 40+ pounds off. She wasn't heavy to start. I've went totally dark again. 4 emails from her, no response from me this week. Kids come home tonight. They say mom and grandma say she'll be divorced in 4 months. Guess they are on a faster time frame than I am. Kids were up on a school night last week 3 hours past bedtime. Served as waitresses at a party for grandma till 1 a.m. this weekend. They serve drinks, beer, etc. Great. They are 5 and 8. I don't even know what to do anymore. Sent in over 1,000 pages for her attorney's discovery request. More people come out of the woodwork to support me and criticize her. The new car really sticks out. Found out how much money she took last November. It was more and earlier than I thought. But I did a lot of research and feel better about how I'll come out financially. Kids say mom got a new computer too. Glad I gave her one of the 2 laptops and both Kindles. 3 people, 4 devices. Hope it's enough. I'm cutting back and she's spending money like it's water from a tap. I was thinking boyfriend. I'm thinking it's mom friend. Mom has 2 of her 4 children estranged and my wife had been 40% gone for 20 years. Now they are together every day. I'm not sure about the annals of divorce how an affair with a mother ranks, but it's starting to look like that more than anything. 2 narcissists spending time together every day. Only one with money. This will last forever. If there isn't a boyfriend. I can't figure the weight loss and second phone though. Keys back. Her stuff is gone. Relatively painless. Honestly, I just can't stand to look at her. I really can't. I try to maintain eye contact but I just feel sorry for her. I'm sure it comes across badly to her but I just feel like whoever I knew is gone and the devil signed the contract with her. I've been no contact still. I really like it. Liberating. I walked off today and let her sort. She had a big pile. I asked about a couple of things, shrugged my shoulders and said enjoy. I couldn't name 10 things she took. A friend made a good point after she left. He monitored. His comment was half of what she took were unopened wedding gifts from 20 years ago and the other half were all family heirlooms whether they were or not. Her selection of half was always the newest or most expensive. Usually with a family member giving it or the money. Kind of funny since we got so little. Must be a way for her to feel better about it. I cried in front of a 20-year friend an hour later today. Suddenly the finality hit me and my daughters wanted me to take them on a trip we take this weekend every year. A few months ago, I could have gone with the cash in my pocket and now I can't afford the gas and hotels. Of course, she drives off in her new $45,000 vehicle with new phone, new computer, new house, new clothes, new look. My friend says I'm doing okay. Yeah, my house is destroyed. I traded back a lot of years and miles and vehicles. But I have the kids right now and that's what counts. It's funny, I could care less about crystal and silver but that's what she homed in on. She'll never use it and our kids will have it anyway. Have fun storing it. I'm no better. I'm just trying to convince myself I am getting better every day and faking it. But it sort of works. Sometime later, go to church today. Shockingly my wife and children are there. They were supposed to be gone overnight at a hotel out of town before an event for the kids today. My D8 and I were looking up churches for them to attend the other night as she doesn't like to miss. I thought it was funny. My wife only attends church on the weekends she has the girls. Today's readings and sermon were on divorce. Only reasons divorce is acceptable. Seeking forgiveness. Working on fixing things with family. Etc. I looked over at me STBXW and asked, enjoy the readings. Then the sermon touched on all this. I chuckled under my breath. I sit with the girls between us at church. I just do it. She looked at me and then after the sermon I said, one of the best sermons I've ever heard, and she looked like the demons from hell were pulling her apart. One should not feel a need to be angry and almost gloat in church, but I have to say it felt rich to have her have to hear it. But she has the kids right now and I don't. Nothing makes up for that. I ate with a man last night that lost his wife of over 40 years. He had a huge insurance policy on her. He just turned 72 and said he'd give every dollar back for her as he cried. We were a set of messes, that's for sure. I'd give every dollar I have just to have the kids 100% of the time and her to go away. Love the new clothes, new jewelry and blonder hair yet again today. Black bra under a sheer white top for church. Classy. She was always classy before. Now, not so much. I was too focused on her this morning. I'll give you that. But on the other hand, I don't want her back. I want her gone. I feel sorry for her and sorry for the kids. It's almost a feeling of nastiness. I don't want her back. It has been a great thing to know, now convince myself of. But no, I had to do some things yesterday with a very sentimental property to me too, so a lot of things certainly came to the top. I sat there looking at the view and thought only I wish my kids could be there, and if I could hang on to it, would another lady someday be there with me. I have to drive a few hours to watch one of my daughters for an hour. 4 hours for 1 hour. Then going to the community event of the year banquet solo. Not something I want to do but forcing myself to. A lot of this is complicated living in a smaller community. Probably go work out after the banquet. Foot is getting better, I hope. Get the kids back during this week. Looking forward to that. Went to kids' events and to the banquet tonight. Hard to go to, but I did it. It's so hard on people, my friends and acquaintances. They just don't know what to do. It's hard for them to even have innocent conversation. I'll keep doing things and it will keep getting easier. A friend did some nice surprises today too. God bless him. I haven't worked on finding they can have all the fun they want. The toll on my ex will come back in spades down the road. I really don't want her back. I, in particular, do not want her family back. I shudder when I think of many of them. If I knew I could have the wife I had a year ago, yes, not the one I've known since October. I don't see trusting her ever again without a lot of therapy and a drug test. Even then, why? A few friends have told me if they ever see us reconciling, they'll drag me out of my own house by the neck and will not let it happen. I laughed it off at first. If you saw me, you'll know why. Think of dragging out an NFL offensive tackle. But these guys, scrawny as they are, seem to be serious. My ex was a great lady. I loved her deeply, have since 1988. She was a good mother, good friend. We had a great life. Now, it's gone and she chose that path. I feel horrible for our children. Now it's on to the business deal and wrapping things up. If she wants out fast, I'm willing. The price just has to be right. I've caught myself checking if attractive women are wearing rings the past week or so. Gorgeous single mom in the grocery store tonight with a couple of cute kids asked me for some help in a couple of aisles finding stuff. Must be new in town. Couple of people at work hadn't seen me in a month and whistled with all the weight I've lost today. I'm still a mess at times, there is no doubt. My kids cried tonight because they want to go to our cabin and mom told them she sold all the stuff in it so they can't go. She actually put all the new stuff in her house. I don't get the point of the lie, but whatever. I told them we can go and take air beds and hang out. We still own it. Who cares about a TV and regular beds? They think that sounds awesome some weekend coming up. I refused work travel but now have scheduled some trips, even when I have the kids. Great friend will take them. It's like gluing a broken mirror back together and over time the cracks are healing. Some new small ones get in but not as bad as the big ones. I had a little headache yesterday. A mutual friend told me even while she was pregnant. She didn't want to have kids. She only got pregnant for me. It would seem my life was a lie longer than I thought. At first, it hurts. Today, I just realized she did me a favor by leaving. I don't want to be with someone that doesn't love me. If I tell myself that another 10 times, I'll fully believe it too. I think there has really been a dramatic change in her. Almost like a break in personality. Maybe she hid it better, I'm not sure. But she really did a ton of great things. Now it's a total 180 from great to awful. It's been a lot to digest in a short time. She would not take money from her family for 20 years and now it's hundreds of thousands in a few months. Maybe she thought I held her from their money and now it's lights out. I do think she was a bit focused on herself, nothing horrible. But not within a mile of this. Wife sent me another useless email today. She's just creating an email for Discovery about an activity our daughter wants to be in. Me, no response. Friends were slated to come over for supper. Kids love company. Before my 20-year friends show up, I have the girls call their mom. Mom is asking them questions about what we are doing, who's coming for supper. What the surprise is I won't tell the girls for later. Etc. Girls are asking me questions while she's talking to them. I just keep telling them none of it is their mom's business. My friends show up and make immediate comments on all the money my STBXW is spending. The kids come into the kitchen where I'm making supper while they are talking to their mom. I ask if the phone call was good and the kids say mom could talk about was the things she is going to buy them when she has them next week. It was 30 seconds after I and the couple talked about all the money STBXW is spending. The couple about fell out of their chairs laughing and rolling their eyes. It was just on a perfect cue. Money will buy happiness. For a while, sickeningly, she's now trying to pull the kids back to her through money. Now if I could just figure out how to live without my kids. I'm 500% better when I have them. The biggest rip of a divorce is even if you get 50% of the time, you don't have 50% of the time. This is when I hate her the most and have trouble even imagining forgiving her. Especially when I know she ignores them when she has them. Last 2 weeks of church. Last week divorce is evil. This week, love those that wrong and hate you. Church has been good. People there even better. Something about a single guy with little girls, I think. My kids are so cute and well behaved. I went down to coffee after the service while my kids were in Sunday school. A lot of people are very supportive. My wife told the girls she couldn't make church today, needed to clean her bathroom. Great example of a mom. I don't care about the church, her choice. Just hurts the girls she's not there and to lie. I will be better off without her. Wish the kids were the same. Weeks later, I know I'm not ready to date. Keep telling that to myself. But, I've had a lot of fun lately. I thought the smart thing to do is meet some other folks that are separated, would have more in common. I've been talking with wonderful women. Just listening to women talk about their relationships, ask me questions, share stories, and so on has been fantastic. Obviously, there are women that are difficult to talk to, but I've found a couple already that are highly intelligent, beautiful, and did a lot of good things in their marriages. It's interesting when someone you barely know seems to get you more than someone you were married to. I'm going to go out twice this weekend if something doesn't fall through, which I more than expect. Drinks and appetizers with a lady that is the total antithesis to my former spouse, and a Nordic blonde that has a NASA brain and love for dive bars and the same musical and movie tastes. The blonde talked to me until the middle of the night last night. She's just amazing. Too good to be true, I'm sure. The best part, she has that touch, the ability to be insightful. Say the right thing, ask the right question. I have to say I'm pretty excited. I have made a couple of strong connections with women before meeting them. Apparently too strong. One tells me today she has dated every day this week, gives way too many physical life details, and I think put me in the friend zone for the next 5 years because I'm so brainy and good at communication. The topper, she was having fun with some 25-year-old. She's in her 40s. The other one, I swear I'm not making this up, has an ex from 15 years ago show up at her door unannounced. Wife left him a few weeks ago. They go out. He gets drunk. They leave the restaurant separately. She talks to me until 2 a.m. I'm the new shoulder guy apparently. Tonight, she tells me he showed up at 2 a.m. at her house. More sober, professes she's the lost love of his life and they chilled until lunch. But she still wants me to take her out Sunday, but her policy is 6 months of dating before having some fun. So I know that up front. I'm more messed up than I was. Hearing these two tell stories just messes you up. Friends called me up and took me out for a steak. Can't beat the friends I have, and it's so easy to forget all the people that care for us but feel helpless too. I think I could take my top 25 friends and do or run anything in the world. Why the hell haven't we done it? I never thought of it before today though either. A month later, I absolutely blew it. Did everything I shouldn't. I held everything in for about 6 weeks, total no contact. Then I made the mistake of typing one email. It started a huge chain reaction of emails back and forth. Her being herself, me trying to be nice, then getting back acid, so then I'd take the bait and refute and point out her flawed memory and logic. I'm so pissed off at myself right now. I'm going on a business trip. I was good on my trip, work and work. More emails, then NC again. Thanks for the PM weightlifter. Good to have kids and be home. Feels like forever. I was on the way out on the trip and a mom sits next to me with a cute 30-month-old roughly. Nice young boy and smoking hot nice mommy. Boy starts crying, etc. My satchel has some kids' stickers, gummies and that kind of stuff in it from habit with my kids. So, I offer mom and him a Toy Story sticker and a bag of gummies and a mini coloring book. Kid is beaming. Mom is beaming. Easy flight. Lady behind says that was one of the nicest things she's seen on a plane. Lady on the way back complains about her career, her husband being inattentive, on and on. Then she asks me a few questions, so I tell my story briefly. She's blown away. She's at a conference an hour away from home this week and happy. Her hubby can stew at home. I ask her if she loves him. Why yes, she does, deeply after 20 years. No kids, but some of the fire is gone. I ask why. She thinks a lot of it is her. She makes more, better career. Lots of travel. He's home without her a lot on a farm. I ask why she can't text him or leave him a note and tell him maybe he'd enjoy a night or two in the big city. Maybe put a lipstick kiss on it, be a little seductive. I feel like sort of bad, but she starts going crazy with ideas, bouncing them off me. Last I knew, if hubby shows up, he won't be able to walk out. Bubbly, clothes, room service, she was going to upgrade the room, on and on. I was so damn happy for her and them, hope it works. Then I sit around now, girls are down, and think about her calling me all the stuff she did. Which guy am I? Maybe I'm both. Is it common? Is it common for the WW to go 4 to 5 months of pure anger, hate? Never any let up. Every dirty trick, no remorse, no effort to be amicable. I'm trying to avoid all contact, do what I can, etc. I'm just surprised there hasn't been any let up yet. Days later, I just can't take it. My girls were bawling tonight. They did not want to leave when mom came. I literally feel the life coming out of me. We have so much to cover, but I can't. No alternative care plan. Huge financial bills neither of us will now pay. Credit rating at risk. I won't pay all the bills anymore and let her coast. She claimed assets I didn't expect that have costs. She, of course, wants me to sell assets for over market value and give her half the proceeds. An asset is worth 30x the few remaining payments, and it's a recreational item I will use during the divorce that at this pace could take years. No schedule other than bi-weekly. She refuses to cooperate with a schedule for holidays. Breaks, summer. Anything. Still has the children's Christmas presents I gave them, as books and other items I gave them after she left. Refuses to return. Accused me of this with keeping one a pajama set. She has them. Duh. I have let the kids take anything they want to mom's house. She is telling the community that I criticize her to children. Absolute lie. The kids are sharp. She refuses their requests for more than one call a day. She listens in on all their calls. She is now trying to rekindle friendships. People are complaining to me they don't want to talk to her. I try to deflect. Theory is her social life is crumbling. Yup, told one daughter she could go to a meeting on their evening with me this week. Lent church night, only 2 other kids there and meeting was then cancelled. I looked bad not being in church, she went, a rarity. She is telling people stories that are nonsensical. People are more worried about her logic and reasoning. I got the world's stupidest email tonight. Recent communications seem bizarre. She asked a question. I answered it simply with 3 words. She wants to verify again. I ignored. We can't file taxes. She wants it both ways, divorce and taxes. There are issues that I find put me in double jeopardy. I had an easy and reasonable solution. No response, so I won't provide tax documents to file at this point. The list goes on. I love the 180, but it's a pain too playing chicken with a crazy person. Her only concession fault in 21 years of marriage was she could have communicated more. The pathological need to fight is just draining me. All I want is happy kids, getting finances under control, and some sense of going forward. Looking back is easy, so wish I'd have been tough as nails to start. Now I have to go see her in church if she shows. Awesome. She actually is trying to talk to people I've worked with for 20 years that used to be her friends. That in and of itself is crazy. She's not getting invited to things. People aren't going when she is invited. On and on. I'm just worn out. I set a record for sleep in over 4 months last night. 9 hours. That used to be 3 nights worth. Well, wife claimed a bunch of assets in Discovery I didn't expect. So, I sent her the payments and bills when she asked me to pay her some money. Should be interesting. Kind of funny. Went to church. No STBXW of course. But the churchgoers finally succeeded in getting me sat with a very nice recent divorcee. Good job. Pretty kids. 2 of our kids come out of Sunday school today playing like best friends. Every feel like you are on display as various couples give you winks and smiles. No, not rushing in, but it felt kind of nice. The lady in question asked me a few questions about the situation I'm in. Was reassuring. Very nice. Ran into this lady and her family a lot lately. Doesn't mean a thing, just nice to feel like you can almost imagine something new. Tangible. Real. This person even lived where my lake house is for 8 years and liked the area. Same university, just kind of nice. And I can add her to yet another person that asks, so, is your mother-in-law being as difficult as I have heard and can imagine she is? But I didn't bite, just said it's been interesting. Kids are great today. Oldest asked me if grandma caused the divorce out of the blue after church. I just need to let mom and mother-in-law cook themselves in their own stew with my children. I dread losing the girls tomorrow. Colleague stopped by today to ask me what we all talked about. Did I like her? I said I did, but if she's as great as he and others say, the best thing to do is get more time in before really doing anything. My attorney is a jerk, but he's my jerk, I guess. STBXW is seriously hurting herself with family court in his opinion with all the stuff she's pulling with kids. He said he can tear her up at a hearing we'll be having. On the other hand, said to just pay all the bills and we'll sort it out. Isn't worth it to fight. Not to narrow myself down, but he laughed at some other issues her attorney brought up and said if it comes up in the hearing, the judge will not only rule in our favor but will laugh at them and make me look great, so just let it ride. Sure, wish I had my kids more. Oh yeah, and found out where she moved a bunch more money to boot. I hadn't caught before. Nice. Oh well, found it. Worked out tonight. Sitting alone like normal. Have to get used to this. Went on a trip tonight to pick up a truck for a friend. Attorney says if X would play ball, divorce would be over in 4 months. Hard to imagine 26 years of my life can be reduced to being over in 8 months from start to finish. On the other hand, I can't see her cooperating. Settling. My dog still loves me. Feel like I've been in a huge funk lately. Not sure what stage I'm in. I think it's the I still can't believe any of this happened, but I keep waking up and going to work or doing something. I've dropped 50 pounds, 6 inches of waist now. Like a lot of rural men, I'm a man of my word. While I can be complicated and multifaceted, at my core it's important to be honest, trustworthy, and a good family person and friend. I thought until last October my wife was classy, honest, supportive, ethical, and a good mother. Seeing what has transpired, reading her legal briefings, getting blindsided with something this morning just leaves me shaken. I should respond with, get away as fast as I can. Yet, I have this feeling she is just mentally ill and not in control, or I realize more likely. The real her was suppressed and now out of the barn. A good friend stopped this morning and said that in his opinion, and his wife's, I was a good influence on her. Her personality and wants stayed in check because of my influence and morality. Now that she is on her own and with her crazy mother, she's like a horse out of the pen, just running to run with no thought. Some of this will be solved next week or reviewed to be solved in the future. It's just nuts to see them want a quick divorce, yet pile on so many legal maneuvers and briefings that it makes it impossible. It's like they just want a war, not a divorce. Please pray for me to get more time with my children. They want to live with me full-time and just visit mom. They do know the score at their young ages, but when they leave crying it just tears my soul apart. Obviously, I overthink things. I've been told it does have a great deal to do with her childhood. Her mother never loved her, never showed her affection, but did to 2 of her 3 siblings. The favorite was kicked out of the family in October and my divorce happened in November. Theory being it's almost like an affair, but with her mother paying for everything. They pulled quite a few financial things. One this morning is key. I hope it doesn't destroy my case. Kind of a linchpin issue for my future financial well-being. Also was eye-opening to see she is making more than me after child support. At the first hearing they pulled every trick in the book to overinflate my salary and deflate her income, so we were 4 digits apart for child support. Big thing to me is kids, coming out of this with some semblance of retirement and my house. I came from nothing and worked hard, saved all my life. Was frugal, didn't spend foolishly, just too many months of losses and pain. I need a victory to get me going again. I'm trying for 50-50. She has filed for 100%, which will never happen. She has made, I hope, a lot of mistakes that will upset the judge. Kids are too young in this state to have an impact. In a few years they can pick. Kids at this age have separation anxiety no matter what house they leave, but they are sincere in not wanting to go. General impression is mom ignores them. I'm sure she loves them, she's just a lot more worried about her. Her emails are always about her. She shouldn't pay child support to me, though. Down the road with her holdings, I suppose so, but they'll hide the income. I do make more now. At 50-50, child support goes away then to a percentage of direct bills. I'm not opposed to paying my kids' way in life in the least, just not more than I should. If I pay fair, then I have more opportunity to spend on them in other ways too. My comment, part 3 coming tomorrow. Hopefully I can squeeze in the ending tomorrow. Hope you guys are learning from this so far. And see you in P3.